Jacob, is the chamber on mute? Okay.
We talked about doing
Really?
the mural on the wall, either both direction. What did Mark's think of that?
Washington, that's in New Hampshire.
Here?
Yeah, one of them, even in the summertime, it's a difference. It could be 90 at the bottom and it'd be.
I don't know if he went to Parks.
See, it's the windiest place in the country.
It was,
Yeah.
it was colder up top.
Yeah, that could be a rocky meeting night.
Like a spring.
So back in the States from Canada too.
Same.
They're approved it to bring to us.
Okay.
I don't know French, so. Yeah.
It
Wasn't French.
Should have took Matt along.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Probably wouldn't have been much over.
Bacon.
Last year.
Can you say my name? I'll just go in order. Normally I say.
There's nothing on that.
We're gonna switch.
There.
Whenever you say my
It's
name,
just usually, there's no roll call, it's just the first one.
Well, I've been across.
Auction.
All right, we will call
A lot of pressure.
meeting today. Jacob, roll call, please.
Hyde.
Here.
Rentry.
Here.
Schulte.
Here.
Gargano.
Here.
Peterson.
Here.
Kaney.
Here.
Friends.
Here.
Knudsen.
Here.
Stevenson.
Here.
Pledge of allegiance. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, welcome everybody. The mayor is doing his duties at the radio auction tonight, so he asked me to fill in for this, so we'll get right into it. The council will receive information on non-agenda topics brought before the council by members of the public. The council will not discuss these topics and will not take action on any of them at this meeting. Is there anybody in the audience that would like to speak at this time? All right, hearing none, we'll go to the consent agenda. One motion approves all, and Adam will be abstaining since he has a interest in one of the items. So approved minutes for the meeting held on January 9th, 2023. Receive the 2022 planning building report and approve deny application for cigarette and tobacco products retail license for Ayet J Incorporated doing business at 233 East Main Street. Look for a motion.
Move to approve.
Motion by Jason,
Second.
second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Sorry, Mike. All right, general business. Approve deny resolution 4495-23, extending the life of tax incremental district number 4 for 12 months for the affordable housing extension. Tim?
Thanks, Phil. So, the time is finally here for TID 4 to start to be terminated. As you remember, TID 4 is our industrial TID. That was the single most successful TID that we've had to date. Hopefully that'll be eclipsed by TID 9. Currently TID 4 brings in approximately $367,000 every year in increment. We'd like to extend that for 1 year and hold that increment into affordable housing. And if you read through the resolution, it talks about 75% of the final increment must be for affordable housing, with the remaining portion used to improve housing stock, which is fairly generic. But that would be our plan to assist in providing some housing by using that $367,000. Take any questions at the end. Next month, you'll get the TID termination paperwork, and we'll send that right after this. So they'll certify the tax roll July, and then July of the next year will be done.
Anybody have any other questions for Tim? All right, hearing none, I guess I'd entertain a motion.
Move to approve resolution 4495-23.
Motion by Dave,
Second.
second by Tom. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Next, number 2, approve, deny, authorizing the city administrator to sign a quote for installation of the inclusivity park equipment at Webb Park. Tim?
Okay, thank you, Phil. So again, this is the quote to install the all abilities equipment over at Webb Park, contiguous to the splash pad. Again, you can take a look through that. The total price for all of that without concrete is $332,743. The cement that's required is not a pad, it's just a curbing that goes around, and that sidewalk you can see around through there. So we had a budget of $400,000, which we should fall under that budget based on our initial bids. And we anticipate around in the spring for this and have that fully assembled in the summer. Again, the funding for this was all by donation.
Any questions for Tim on that?
Did you say what the blue area is?
Yeah, that's kind of a sponge type poured surface.
Okay.
So as you walk on, you can feel it's in case they fall from the equipment and things like that. It's a lot more forgiving than wood chips or even those shredded old tires and things like that.
But still good for accessibility.
It's absolutely made for accessibility.
Okay.
Yep.
What's maintenance like on the surfaces? Do you know? I mean, do they?
There really isn't.
Not much?
No. It's actually less than wood chips and rubber shavings because you don't have to replace it. It's poured, so.
Any other questions for Tim?
I have a comment, Phil.
Yeah.
We don't know who the donor is at this time publicly. I think that it's worth noting that we have had some very generous people in this community, and it's through their generosity that we're able to do projects like this. And I just want to thank those individuals, those parties. And it's not just for this park, it's been for other parks and other many things in our community the last few years. And they're doing this without recognition for the most part. They're doing it and for the good, out of the goodness of their hearts. Yes, we have some costs in perpetuity, but we wouldn't be able to do projects like this without their generosity. And I just want to thank them on behalf of myself, my family, and my community, and this council. It means a lot, and thank you.
All right, thanks, Dave. All right, I would look for a motion.
I'll make the motion to approve.
Motion by Dave,
Second.
second by Missy. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right, approved. Number 3, recommendations from boards, committees, and commissions. From Historic Preservation, approve, deny potential location of the Agnes Moorhead mural. Craig and Tim.
So Historic Preservation or a subcommittee of Historic Preservation approached me and asked if it would be appropriate. They're having trouble locating a location for this installation, and we have 2 very large blank walls on the corner of City Hall, one facing the fire department, the other one facing the library. And Craig and I talked about it, and I guess, do you have anything?
Just that this project was made by Jeff Hirschlove and his 8th grade kids. They actually did the artwork that was in partnership with the Historical Society and the school and everything. So it's kids that did it, most of it, and it looks really nice. Jeff did a good job with it. So
I think you're looking for the back, right? The west side of it?
yeah, probably preferably above the rec center. So when they're going in to vote and everything, that people can see it real well. And then hopefully future projects go on the other side.
All right, any questions for Craig or Tim?
I don't want to particularly derail this, but does it need to have like a life expectancy? So if it, in a few years, if it needs to come down, there's. agreement or
Yeah,
because it's
we
on a
have-
city building?
Yeah, well, it's city property, it's on a city building, but we have the policy in place now through historic, so I think, we'll just follow that policy.
Okay.
Yeah, the Historical Society donated it to the city. So the city can decide when they want to take it down.
Okay.
Just Jason.
Trying to avoid potential roadblocks.
Yeah, I totally
Yeah.
understand. There's a subsection that is much clearer now in the policy than it was in the past.
Right, I'd look for, an action on this item.
I'll move to approve the
Motion by
location.
Jason,
I'll second.
second by Craig. Any further discussion? Hearing any, all in favor, say aye. Opposed? All right. All right, commission, committee, board, staff reports, second meeting. So Parks and Rec first, we met last Tuesday at the South Gym. We came to a casual mutual agreement with the art subcommittee of historic preservation to do some kind of river level based art historical significance, probably on the centennial pole. We talked about the South Gym uses. We talked about some new amenities. Gonna be basically, what would we call those, Matt? Mini hills?
Yes. Play hills.
Play hills. We have one in the park next to my house that gets used all the time. Once they're installed, they mow right over them. Kids use them in the summer, they use them in the fall, they use them in the winter. Every dog and deer that comes in the park goes on top of it too. They're liked, so that was that, and Matt gave us updates, and then we adjourned and had an awesome tour of the apartments by Tim, so. There we go, RACDC,
Yeah, so RICDC is currently hosting business breakfasts. We've had the second one was, the first one was at the Food Center. And we have a business scheduled at each event to just do an intro and kind of an explanation of what their business is and kind of how they fit into the community. The first one was the hospital. The second one was at the high school. And they had a great presentation by their internship program. We had kids actually talk about their experiences, welding, construction, hospitality, and nursing, and how that was, and how the high school's programs were fitting in well with the school to work program that they're involved in. It's well attended, between 45 and 55 businesses send representatives to these. We invite 80, so we'd like a few more people to show up there. But overall, it was great. We spent a couple hours there. We get to know each other. We network a little bit. One of the things that came out of that was a pressing need for childcare that we have in the city. So the RICDC did convene a special committee to further examine that with the help of MATC and some local businesses. In addition to rural health, will also be helping us with that. So.
thanks Tim. Utility Commission,
Utility met on the 16th. Number of items. The electric department is going to continue trimming trees throughout the winter. Fiber department, there's not going to be any fiber underground work done. There'll be splicing and customer installs and equipment maintenance throughout the winter. John Craker gave us some update on water. I'm not sure how many people have been seeing some of the news reports lately about the water shortages and the cost of water, especially in California and in Arizona. But he noted that in Reedsburg, you can buy 4 gallons of water for a penny. Try going down to the convenience store, see how far a penny gets you if you're buying bottled water. The average Reedsburg residential water bill is about $20 a month. The statewide average is twice that. And there's 575 water utilities in the state. Cost to Reedsburg residents is the 36th lowest in the state. So we've got abundant water, we've got good pure water, and we've got reasonably priced water. So that was it from the utility.
all right, Library Board,
The library board also met this past January on the 12th. The Reedsburg Library has a new website that's just up and running recently. The library board was able to meet Caitlin Opatik, the new associate director there. And she's going to be very involved in doing some policy reviews coming up in 2023. The number of library visitors every month in the past year exceeded 2021. So that was a great thing too. The Sauk County Library Board meets tomorrow, so we'll find out then how they're going to fund us going forward. In the past, they funded us at 100%. We will see if that continues this year. Sue Ann is going to be on leave, having a knee replacement. She's going to be on leave early in February for about 2 weeks. So Caitlin will be at the helm. So Sue Ann will gradually work back into it, but she's going to be on leave for, she figures, a couple of weeks. One thing not necessarily related to the library, but I wanted to mention it, Jacob. I looked at on the city website today, and Frankie is still listed as being on the library board, and she is not, clear federally. I think the council approved her appointment a few weeks ago. So if you'd please make that change. That is all I had, Phil.
Thank you, Mike. Zoning board. Anybody? All right, any other committees or commissions anybody wants to bring up? All right, hearing none, we will take it around the horseshoe. Tom?
Nothing tonight.
Dave?
Nothing tonight. Thank you, Phil.
Missy?
Nothing tonight, thank you.
Adam?
Nothing tonight.
Max?
Nothing, thank you.
Jacob?
I'm tempted. I said 6:18.
Jim?
I'll help them out. So, the city did receive, a congressional appropriation grant courtesy of Congressman Mark Pocan and Senator Tammy Baldwin for the field house for the amount of $560,000. So that takes a lot of pressure off of the things that we're trying to get done with that field house and allows for some room for some of the things that we didn't think we'd be able to afford that we can actually afford. So thank you for that.
Jason?
Well, since no one else has mentioned the radio auction other than at the beginning, we should mention the radio auction is going on, and as the mayor would have said, bid often and bid high. So
Greg?
Nothing tonight.
Sonny?
Nothing tonight.
All right, I'll just recap the mayor's radio stuff. So this is the 70th year. It's covered on WRDB radio 1400 on local Laval and Reedsburg channel 12. You can watch it online at reedsburgtv.com, 768-7000, and provides financial assistance to over 25 groups. So get home and watch it in bed tomorrow. See Monday through Thursday nights, Monday through Friday during the day. So, all right, with that, I would take a motion to adjourn.
So move.
Motion by Tom.
Second.
Second by Adam. All in favor, say aye. We are adjourned.
Shell shock.
We wouldn't have had.
Yeah, it's like, whoa.
Got a lot going on.
Yeah.
gets so old.